Hello everyone. Today I will be giving a short presentation about business ethics and the ethics in the accounting industry. The accounting industry is historically known for unethical behavior, as accountants are the ones who review companies' financial filings and ensure their accuracy. Sometimes accountants are careless when it comes to auditing these financial statements, allowing companies to lie about their earnings. Additionally, accountants sometimes share their clients' private information with others for the purpose of benefiting themselves financially. So let's get started with what is business ethics first of all. So business ethics are basically just the study of proper business policies and practices regarding potentially controversial issues such as corporate governance, insider trading, bribery, discrimination, corporate social responsibility, and protecting confidential information. All of these things should be held very highly at accounting firms, but some core ethics of accounting firms include professional competence, confidentiality, integrity standards, and independence and objectivity. So for professional competence is important to put forth your best work, as mistakes lead to problems with investors, business partners, finance lenders, and the Internal Revenue Service if you're not complying with the laws. It is imperative that anyone working at any level in the accounting field understands what is required of the job and how to execute it properly. For confidentiality, accountants have access to a lot of private information on their clients, and it is important that they do not share this with anyone, as if it gets in the wrong hands, it can be detrimental to their client. For example, say one of your clients is Apple, and Apple has developed a new technology, and this somehow gets in the hands of Samsung. Samsung can then use this knowledge of the new technology and use it to their own advantage and get a competitive advantage over Apple and ultimately perform better than them, having access to their new idea or technology. For integrity standards, integrity covers a lot of different ethical standards, and that includes honesty and professional conduct in all circumstances. An accountant should always present the facts objectively and refrain from slanting information in a misleading way. So they shouldn't change their opinions just based on who their client is or no matter what. So an accountant who doesn't demonstrate a high level of integrity isn't trustworthy and loses the confidence of his clients, and ultimately won't be an accountant for long because nobody will trust them and they won't get any business, they won't bring any revenue for the firm, and they'll ultimately get fired. And last is independence and objectivity. Most accountants are partnered or licensed to advise clients on investing and financial services. So it has been a widespread problem in the financial service industry that products were recommended to clients simply because they provide the highest compensation to the advisor. So it's important that clients are objective with independent viewpoints. And essentially, since they are dealing with the financial details of the company, when accountants are poor in ethics, bad things can happen, leading to our next topic of an unethical example. So this example happens to do with insider trading. So this is a real life example which occurred back in 2010. So in 2010, the SEC charged a Deloitte tax partner named Arnold McClellan and his wife Annabelle, who live in San Francisco, with insider trading. They were accused of giving advance notice of at least 7 confidential acquisitions planned by Deloitte's clients to Annabelle's sister and brother-in-law who lived in London. So this kind of shows you how widespread that the SEC looks. So say you have friends or family across the country or in a different country even, they'll catch you for insider trading if it's large scale, such as this case. So in this case, they were giving insider information about an acquisition. So when a company is going to be acquired by another company, it's almost always at a premium price. So that gives investors significant room to make a lot of money on their investment. So after receiving the illegal tips, the brother-in-law took a financial position in the U.S. companies that were the targets of being acquired, and as a result, his investments went through the roof and he made a lot of money. The SEC claims that he made roughly $3 million from the trades. And now the brother-in-law then passed this information on to others who made approximately $20 million off of their trades. So all in all, this is about $23 million worth of insider trading that was done illegally. So clearly this is unethical and gives investors with this information an unfair advantage compared to those investors who do not have this information and are just investing based on what the rest of the public knows. So we'll go to an ethical example now. So an example of an ethical company in the accounting industry is KPMG. I actually interned for KPMG last summer, and I experienced extensive training, and I learned the importance of maintaining good ethics and integrity in the workplace. In fact, KPMG actually sent me and about 1,800 other interns down to Orlando to get trained for a week on their ethics and their business practices. So KPMG explained to us, all the interns down there, that they want to lead by example in the accounting industry by acting appropriately and not getting involved in any unethical behavior. They believe strongly in developing their employees to be the best versions of themselves. They also believe, at their core, KPMG believes that acting with honesty and integrity will ultimately set them apart from other accounting firms in the industry, which so far it has been. They've been growing at the fastest rate compared to the other big four. After interning with KPMG last summer, it was very obvious to me that the passion that they had for maintaining strong ethics in their company and to maintain their good reputation in the accounting industry. I think other firms should follow in KPMG's footsteps and develop strong ethics at their core and focus on training their employees so they don't have to deal with this unethical behavior in the workplace anymore. So this is going to lead us to our next topic. So ethics now in the accounting industry. Ethics in the accounting industry right now, in my opinion, are pretty good. I think they're just about as good as they're going to get in terms of the law. So there are some instances still of unauthorized disclosures, as mentioned previously with the insider trading situation. So basically, an unauthorized disclosure is when an accountant or somebody that has access to private information shares the information with others that should not have access to the information. All accountants have access to some insider information, obviously, and it's only a matter of time before one of them shares this information for their own financial gain out of selfishness or greed or whatever. So this is the most unethical thing that occurs in the accounting industry now, as sharing private client information goes behind your client's back and hurts them from a business standpoint. As an accountant, your clients trust you and are very honest when sharing their information with you, so you shouldn't go behind their back and do this, as I said before. Taking information and passing it along to others is extremely unethical and just should not occur at all. So I think there are plenty of laws currently in place to enforce enforce unethical behavior from occurring. And honestly, I think that the real problem lies in the employees that are working for the accounting firms. I think that they feel that they're above the law and they can get away with breaking it. So not from a law standpoint, but from a business standpoint, there are some improvements which can be made to ethics, which we'll get into now. So ethics in the future. I think the best way to improve ethics in the accounting industry right now is to improve the training and ethics at the individual accounting firms. Having a better training will educate their employees on the importance of being ethical and ultimately improve the ethics in the industry. I think a specific firm that does a great job with this is KPMG, and they should act as a role model for all other accounting firms. If all other firms enforce training similar to KPMG, the accounting industry will have a bright, ethical future. Thank you for your your time, and have a great rest of your day.